Welcome, everybody, to the KnuckleHeads podcast. We're your hosts,
KnuckleHeads.
Tyler, and
And I'm Matthew. We got spectators Brownie and Chloe. All right. So before we start, we gotta get to the ad read. So, as you might have guessed, we've been sponsored by Raid Challenge. It's the biggest mobile role-playing game as of 2024. Raid
love
is an
that.
ever-expanding game with new dungeon bosses and hundreds of heroes to choose from. If you join using our referral code KnuckleHeads06, that's KnuckleHeads06, you get 50,000 silver, 10 gems, and a free legend. Brownie, which I just threw. He's somewhere over here. Okay, right here. You'll get Brownie. A free Legend Brownie as part of your new player program. So download Raid Shadow Legends. It's a good game. It's free. Download it. Your phone can do it.
Exactly. All right.
Anywho, Tyler, would you like to start us off? Set the
Sure.
mood.
Yeah. I'll start us off. All right. Okay. So,
Mood has been
Supreme
set.
Court case, Roe v. Wade. So, start off. The case happened in 1970 with the Burger Court case, which is around the Nixon presidency. So, this is with where Jane Roe, which is actually a fake name, filed a lawsuit against Henry Wade, who's the district attorney of Dallas County, Texas. She challenged the Texas law that made abortion illegal and said that, oh man, sorry, that the state laws were vague and violated her personal privacy. Now, this went to the Supreme Court and they questioned, does the Constitution recognize a woman's right to terminate her pregnancy by abortion? So, there are two arguments to this. One, it doesn't violate your right to privacy, and it sort of follows like the potentiality of human life, which is pretty much like your baby is sort of alive but is not technically alive. They don't really know yet. And the other
That's
one
wild.
is that it violates your rights because it's your own body and you should have control over what you do with your body. So, the decision for it though was a 7 out of 2 decision. Most of the courts said yes, this violates your personal privacy, and the reason is because it violates your due process clause, which is listed in the 14th Amendment, which basically says that the government cannot take a person's basic rights of life, liberty, property, and privacy without due process of law. There's not really privacy in there, but like that's sort of like a thing included in there. So the impact of it is this made it like illegal for all states to ban abortions until June of 2022, which it was actually overturned by our Supreme Court.
Hell court.
Yeah, but my personal opinion is abortions are pretty good. They really do. They're really like they're good medically, but also good like ethically. Like if you want to genuinely get rid of like if you're trying to get rid of like something that you didn't want to have in the first place, you could do that, and I think that's a fair thing you should do. Like it's not like reap the consequences of your actions and whatnot, because like that's not always fair. We got jail for that. But
Yeah.
Matthew, opinion?
Personally, my opinion, I think is screwed up that you're offing God's children. They're unborn. Like, I don't know
Sounds like
what
a boss.
Tyler's thinking over here. Damn liberal. But, as a conservative, a hard R, um, I think it's screwed up. I think
Hard
it's messed up.
R.
And
Hard R. Wait,
babies,
what?
should be, should live. All right. You know, that's my
Sure,
opinion. That's Tyler's opinion.
sure.
This opinion sucks, but whatever.
Okay,
So
all right. Anyways, your Supreme Court case.
my Supreme Court case, obviously the better case. McDonald versus Chicago. All right, not McDonald's. All right, McDonald. Get it right. Anywho, so the Supreme Court case McDonald versus Chicago, City of Chicago, was a pivotal moment in understanding of gun rights and regulation in the United States, America. All right, USA. This occurred during 2010, recent history, not too recent, not too far, whatever. And it centered around the challenge. So, uh, hold on, let me recollect myself. So, Otis McDonald, a 76-year-old retired maintenance engineer, he filed a lawsuit against the city of Chicago, arguing that the regulations violated his Second Amendment rights. Let's go. Anywho, so the constitutional question and issue is It challenged the city's restrictions, the strict gun control laws around Chicago, which banned possessing them within the city limits of Chicago. O.S. McDonald thought this was, a violation of the Second Amendment rights, as anyone does, but he was the only one brave enough to actually go out and challenge it. So it was challenged. McDonald's argument, the standard, it violates my Second Amendment rights. Got that shield up and going, Second Amendment shield.
Second Amendment
And
shield.
but Chicago's argument was the Chicago argued that the states should be able to tailor firearm regulations to local conditions. Those local conditions being the city of Chicago. Again, Chicago. So the outcome of this case would affect the ability of states to regulate the possession of handguns in their jurisdictions and could have far-reaching effects on long-held conceptions of federalism. But we don't like federalism. No one does. All right, that's in the past. Anywho, but that's the impact right there. So the decision and reasoning was actually
Oh
pretty
shoot, it like
surprising.
that.
No, it wasn't,
No,
because it was
it's
five to
fine. It's
four,
fine.
pretty damn close. Yep.
It lagged out there for a minute, but it's good. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Hey,
That's
anyways,
to the
Miss
scuffiness.
Mesa, don't worry about it. So 5 to 4. McDonald won. Let's go. Conservatives. All right. Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees the right of the people to keep and bear arms. This applies to the state and local governments as well as the federal government. So Chicago was in violation of this. And you know what? McDonald won. Let's go. Ronald McDonald. Otis. All right. My opinion, I absolutely love this. All right. Allows me
Do
to
you?
carry stuff around like this.
Oh, oh, great.
This. This is good. I like this. All right. Even more stuff. Come on. This is good. It's upside down, but this is good. All right. We like this. Tyler, what's your opinion, Bozo?
All right. My opinion on it is All right. Look, honestly, I do like guns. They're really cool to shoot. Like,
I know. Like
and
that one,
I
that's
do
really
kind
cool.
of sound like a maniac saying that, but like, I mean, I've grown up in like a conservative household, so like with moderate like access to the internet, so I gained like a middle ground belief system on this, but like I feel like that protection of a gun, yeah, sure, why not? Like it's Chicago, it's a dangerous city, so like why not? But as widespread, I don't need no desperados in like Southern California, man. Like I don't need like a 5 o'clock like a draw where they're all like, you got I don't know, like what's a famous like Western guy? Lucky Luke
Arthur,
versus
Arthur Morgan. Yeah,
Arthur
Arthur
Morgan.
Morgan. Let's
Lucky
go.
Luke versus Arthur Morgan, and they have like a standoff. I don't need that in Southern California, all right? But other than that, it's hard to really like modulate like gun control, like realistically. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's
hard.
just one of those. Yeah.
It's hard because like you'll trade it for another kind of um big problem. Like you can't fully
Right.
be like
Yeah.
safe from like guns. Like if like criminals from like over in um South America, they criminal organizations from there bring over guns all the time. So like you can't really get them out of your streets. So the best you could do is I
Yeah.
guess like have moderate like gun control. I mean and, like moderate, and I mean like
Even then,
protect like
even then,
protect like the idea of like owning guns, but also protect like people who believe that you shouldn't own guns. You gotta have a balance there. It's hard to have that balance, but
it's just one of those
just
situations. It's just hard to find a solution. A
try
solution is
and get it
almost
there.
impossible. You just have to
Exactly.
regulate it. There's no real solution. You just gotta regulate it, prolong
Exactly.
it, something like that.
Exactly. But
Anywho,
connection to to both of these is they sort of both deal with the due process clause. Um which kind of seems
yeah,
weird, but like that they kind of do. Like if you think about it, one is the property of owning your gun. The other is your life, which is your life, which is a pregnancy. Um,
Oh,
you can't take away
yeah.
either of those rights without like due process clause. So like you can't take away a gun unless you're um like maybe you were in the military and you got dishonorably discharged. You can't take away the guns unless you have a criminal record. You can't outlaw abortion unless it's like under a very specific circumstance. I don't know. I don't know why they ban abortion. It's not like a problem unless you just
God's
care.
children must prevail. Yeah. That's
Unless you
good.
care
That's
about
good.
like unborn children. I don't know.
God's children.
I don't know them personally.
Well,
No one else
man.
knows them.
That's the
No
future
one will know them.
generation, Tyler.
Oh, whatever. Come on, man. We don't care about the future generation. But anyways,
That's true.
that wraps it up for the Knuckleheads podcast. Thank you for
Yep.
watching.
Miss Mesa, please give us a name. Please give us a name. This is our seventh like re-record. All right, please.
Exactly. Oh my
We beg of
God,
you.
it's been so many
Darling's
recordings.
begging.
Like
Yep.
Jesus, please give us like the A. But other than that, thank you for watching our podcast. And if this is shown in class,
Knuckleheads.
if it,
Knuckleheads.
yeah, exactly. If this is shown in class, um,
Thank you for
dang you.
watching. Thank you for putting up with our crap.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you for putting up with Matthew. All right, bye.